I'm going to use this mastery test as a way to kind of explain some things in this lesson, and then you can take the different version of the mastery test after. So we're going to be talking about how to make equations, slope-intercept form equations from situations. And so let's take a look at this first one together. If this will work. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so when we make an equation in slope-intercept form, it's going to look something like this. Y equals mx plus b. Now, m is your slope slash it's your rate. So the rate that something's happening. Now, b is your y-intercept, or it's like your starting point. So here, Jason is traveling by car from his home to his office. He has gone 3.5 miles, so that's important. From this point, he can cover 100 miles every 2 hours. What is the equation? So we're looking for things that talk about a rate. Now, a rate, oftentimes they use words like every or each, or they'll say per, like miles per hour. So if we look for that, that's something like this, every 2 hours. So if he's going 100 miles for every 2 hours, that means that in 1 hour he's doing 50 miles per 1 hour. And we always want to know per one of something. This doesn't really help us. 100 miles for 2 hours, we can't put that in our equation. We have to know for just one thing, how fast is he going? For just 1 hour, how many miles has he gone? So now we're going to set it up in y equals mx plus b. So his rate, we knew because it said every, is 50 miles an hour. So we get y equals 50x plus, now what his starting point, or how many he started with, he has gone 3.5 so far. So he started at 3.5, and then he was moving at 50 miles an hour. So y and x will always stay themselves in the equation, like right here and right here. It's just m and b that we are filling in for. So let's keep going. Okay, so the equation of a line is y equals 1.5x minus 2. What's the slope and the y-intercept? So, so if we just look at our equation, like I said a second ago, y equals mx plus b. This is always your slope. This is always your y-intercept. And so if we have 1.5x minus 2, then here we have it. So your slope is 1.5 and your y-intercept is negative 2. All right, what are the slope and y-intercepts of the line shown in the graph? So we can find our y-intercept. So the y-intercept is easy because it's where it hits the y-axis. Here's our y-axis. And we know it hits right there. I'm going to go back so I can see that. So that would be 2. So our y-intercept is a positive 2. And now your slope, we want to pick 2 points that we can easily see on our graph. So that looks like we can see this point easily. And what I mean is that it's going to fall on a grid line. So that point and this point are easy to see, as well as this one here. So now let's see what's happening. We're going to start on the leftmost point. This is the point on the left. And now we have to see what we did. We went down 3. So down means negative. And over to the right, 1. So down 3 over 1, that means our slope is negative 3 over 1, which is just negative 3. Alright. Okay, now we're finding the equation here. So we're going to pretty much do the same thing, but we're going to find the y-intercept. We're going to find the slope, and then we're going to put it into y equals mx plus b. So our y-intercept is easy to see. It's wherever the red line hits the y-axis, so that would be 3, positive 3. Now our slope, we're going to choose points we can see clearly. So I can see that point clearly, and I can see that point clearly. So this one right here, we can't really tell where that's lying. Same for right here and here. We can't really tell where they are, but these ones we can. So we're going to start at the point that's on the left, which is this one, and we're going to go up 3, so that's positive 3, and over 2. So our slope is up 3 over 2. Now this is our variable b, this is our variable m, so we get y equals 3/2, which is 1.5. If you do on your calculator 3 divided by 2, you get 1.5 x, so we fill that in, plus 3. And the last one here, okay, another word problem. So Christy has $200 in her bank account. Every month she deposits $20 into her account. So we need it to look like y equals mx plus b. So once again, this is our rate. So it'll have words like each or every or per, and then this is your start. So if we look through here, Christy has $200 in her bank account. She is starting with $200. So that's going to be her starting point as b. Every month, this tells us, this every says, hey, I'm a rate or I'm a slope. She deposits $20 each month. So that's $20 per 1 month, which is great that it's already per 1 of something. That's really nice. So we don't have to change anything like we had to do last time. So now we have our rate of 20, and don't forget that x needs to be here, so we get 20x plus 200.